Every performance marketing team is wrestling with the same questions. Which channels are actually worth it? Where are my best customers coming from? And can I just see it all without filing a request with the data team and waiting 3 days for an answer? These aren't complicated questions, but getting a straight answer out of your data is where things usually fall apart. So you're jumping between platforms, exporting CSVs, trying to stitch together a picture that should already exist in one place. And by the time you've got something that looks like an answer, the week is half over and the question has already changed. So here's how one team stopped doing that. They were running campaigns across Facebook, Apple Search Ads, TikTok, Snapchat, and Google. User data was in Postgres and attribution was coming from AppsFlyer. Every ad platform had its own data set, 5 channels, multiple data sources, and one team trying to make sense of it all. So we connected everything into DataGOL and built their workspaces around how they actually operate, not a generic dashboard they had to adapt to. Because most tools say that they're flexible, while what they really mean is that you can change the colors, maybe rearrange a few widgets, but that's not what this is. With DataGOL, we can start with the business first. We learn how your funnel works, what metrics matter, how your team actually thinks about performance, and then we build the data layer around that. So when this team opens their dashboard, they're not looking at someone else's idea of what matters. They're looking at their business. Right here, they can see daily installs by media source, Apple Search Ads, Facebook, Google, TikTok, Snapchat, all trending over time. Right next to it is daily user activity, which channels are actually producing engaged users. Then further down, where users are actually starting to convert. And finally, first deposits by channel, because installs are nice, but deposits are what actually matter. Now we zoom out and look at channel performance. This chart shows cost per install by channel. Immediately you can see which networks are efficient and which ones are burning budget. Right next to it, we track spend versus installs over time, which tells you something really important. Are we scaling efficiently, or are we paying more for the same results? And here's something leadership always asked for. How much of our growth is paid versus organic? In this case, 82% is paid, while 18% is organic. A simple view that instantly explains your acquisition strategy. Now this is where things really get interesting. Most analytical tools force you to choose between cohorts by install date or event date, but real performance teams need both. So here we layer D1, D7, and D30 ARPU across every media source. Apple Search Ads, Facebook, Google, Snapchat, TikTok. You're not just looking at who installs the most users, you're seeing who drives the most revenue per user over time. And those two things are very rarely the same. Up here, we can also track cumulative installs versus cumulative spend, which shows the compounding effect of your campaigns. As spend increases, are installs scaling with it, or flattening out? That's the signal teams use to know when a channel is hitting saturation. And then, coming to the bottom of this dashboard, you get the entire acquisition story in one table. Every channel, every month, installs, spends, cost per install, revenue, all live, always current, no spreadsheets, no exports. What made this work wasn't just connecting the data sources, plenty of tools can do that. What actually changed this was building the right foundation for this specific team, understanding how they run their business, and then giving them a system that lets them see the answers instantly. That's what it looks like when your data finally is working the way that you do.